Now, this is an important block 3, which has a lot of things to learn. You are supposed to be very attentive to this class because there are several important things in this block. One, today we will begin with normal probability curve or normal probability distribution. Now, what is normal probability distribution? Normal probability distribution comes from the mathematical function of a probability. Now, let me explain you with the example. Mathematical function of a probability concept is defined. A probability refers to the frequency of occurrence among of an event, the frequency of occurrence of an event among similar events. That means, supposing you have 5 events and someone A, B, C, D, E, and someone asked you, out of that, if there is normal distribution of probability, what will be the probability of A? A means 1 by 5. Now, about exactly what is the concept of a probability, let me tell you what is probability as a function. Let me give the example of coin tossing. Supposing you throw a coin, and what are the possible events? Head coming up or tail coming up. That means there are 2 possible events if you throw one coin, head or tail. If I ask you that you throw a coin 100 times, then what will be the probability of head coming up and probability of tail coming up? Probability, not actuality. ମୁଁ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ କଏନ୍ 100 ଥର ପକେଇବି, ହେଡ୍ ଆସିବାର ସମ୍ଭାବନା କେତେ ଥର, ଟେଲ୍ ଆସିବାର ସମ୍ଭାବନା କେତେ ଥର? Probability କଣ? କିଏ କହିବ? Anybody? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
ଗୋଟେ କଏନ୍ ଯଦି ମୁଁ ଥ୍ରୋ କରିବି 100 ଥର, ଦିଟା ଇଭେଣ୍ଟ ହବ, ହେଡ୍ ଆସିବ ନହେଲେ ଟେଲ୍ ଆସିବ. If I ask you what is the probability of head coming up, what will be your answer? 100 ଥରରେ head ଆସିବାର ସମ୍ଭାବନା କେତେ ଥର? Probability I am asking. No answer. Probability is 50. 100 ଥର ମୁଁ ଯଦି ପକେଇବି, head ଆସିବାର probability ହେଲା 50 ଥର, tail ଆସିବାର probability ହେଲା 50 ଥର. That is the probability. Actually ପକେଇଲେ କଣ ହବ, that is another thing. But the probability is 50-50. I am explaining you the concept of normal probability curve. How do you derive a normal probability curve? I am giving you an example. Supposing I throw 2 coins simultaneously. Dita coin धरिकरी मु एकाठी पकेइली. What will be the kind of event? कौन event हेई पारे? Who can tell? Common जिनस बुझस. दीटा कॉइन पकेइले कौन घटना घटिबार संभावना अछि? No answer.
Sir, one will be head and another will be tail.
That's all.
No, sir. Two will be head or 2 will be tail.
तापरे any third event? दीटा कॉइन जब मैं पकेइबी, the events are दीटा को हेड आसी पारे, दीटा को टेल आसी पारे, नले गोटे हेड गोटे टेल आसी पारे.
Yes,
There are 3 events. When I throw 3 coins, there are 3 events. 2 heads coming up, 2 tails coming up, or head or tail coming up. That is the kind of thing. Now, how can you get this is called a binomial expansion. Mathematically, you can know it by a mathematical model called binomial expansion. A plus B whole square. or here h plus t whole square. Can anybody tell me what is h plus t whole square? School mathematics.
Sir, A square plus 2AB plus B square.
No. H square plus 2ht, ht plus t square. Means here in the expansion, h square means two heads coming up, t square means two tails coming up, and ht means one head, one tail coming up. Now, what is the probability here? You learn how do you derive? Because when explaining a normal probability curve, you are supposed to give this example. H square, T square, 2HT. H square means two heads, T square means two tails, and HT means head and tail. Now, what is the, if I throw 100 times two coins, what is the probability of two heads coming up? Dita ko head asibar sambhavana kete percent, kete 100 re? Dita ko head asibo ye sambhavana kete 100 re?
Sir, 50, I hope 50.
Eh?
Sir, 50%.
তিনিটা ইভেন্ট
That's it.
ଏଠି ତିନିଟା ଇଭେଣ୍ଟ 50-50 ହେଇଗଲେ ତ 100 ସରିଗଲା ଦିଟାରେ ଆଉ
So one. Sir, it will be one out of 3.
Do you get my question? 100 ଥର ଦିଟା କଏନ ଯଦି ପକେଇବ ଦିଟାକ ହେଡ ଆସିବ ଏ କେତେ ଥର ପ୍ରୋବାବିଲିଟି ଦିଟାକ ଟେଲ ଆସିବ କେତେ ଥର ହେଡ ଏବଂ ଟେଲ ଆସିବ କେତେ ଥର ଶୁଣ ଏଟା ସିମ୍ପଲ ଏକଦମ
I hope 30% above.
No, I am telling you the logic. Logic hela when you expand h plus t square, it is h square plus 2ht plus t square. H square means तार coefficient केते एक ठीक है स्कूल माने मैथमेटिक्स मने पकाओ h square रो coefficient हला 1 पावर हला 2 सेति पे दीटा हेड तार coefficient 1 ht रो coefficient केते
T.
ht रो coefficient केते what is the coefficient of ht in a h plus t square
Sir, H into
तमरो h square plus 2ht mean coefficient is 2 t square रो coefficient केते
1.
1 total coefficient केते हला h square रो 1 t square रो 2 sorry t square रो 1 and h plus t हला ht हला 2 total coefficient केते हला 1 2 8 4 4 that means if you make 100 throws ताले h square आसीबो 100 divided by 4 25 times ht केते थरा आसीबो ना तार कोएफिशिएंट हला 2 25 गुणन 2 50 एवं t square आसीबो 25 तो आमे जदी दीटा कॉइन साइमल्टेनियसली पकेइबो the coefficients will the probability will be 25 50 25 सेमती तमे जदी तीनिटा कॉइन रखी कि एकाठी साइमल्टेनियसली पकेइब h plus t to t q or h plus t to the power 3 a plus b whole q केते केई मन रखि नथिबो anybody h plus t whole q formula school formula
X cube plus T cube plus 2AB whole into A plus B.
and expand करो 2ab into a plus b के expand करो
2A square B plus 2AB square.
2 नहीं it's not 2 तमरा आसिला यदि फार्मूला एक्सपेंड करिवो a plus b रो होल क्यू by h plus t रो होल h q plus 3h square t 3 2 नुए plus 3h t square plus t q जदि तीनटा कॉइन एकाठी पकेलो देयर कैन बी 4 इवेंट चारि प्रकार रो इवेंट हबो द फर्स्ट इवेंट इज ऑल हेड स्विंग अप सबु हेड ऊपर को द सेकंड इवेंट इज 2 heads 1 tail दीटा हेड और गोटे टेल थर्ड इवेंट इज 2 tails 1 head दीटा टेल गोटे हेड and fourth event is all 3 tails that is there. That means h plus t the whole q is hq plus 3h square t plus 3ht square plus tq. यार कोफिशिएंट्स केते हला hq रो कोफिशिएंट केते
1
1 3h square t रो कोफिशिएंट केते
3
3h t square रो कोफिशिएंट केते
3
t square tq रो कोफिशिएंट केते
1
टोटल कोफिशिएंट केते हला 1 3
8
3 1 केते
8
हला
8
8 that huh. That means the probability of hq jar coefficient 100 by 8 the probability of h square t is 100 by 8 into 3 এই ভলে probability calculation করা যায় যদি তুমি normal probability calculation করি কি দেখাইবো normal probability তাহলে h plus t to the power 10 10টা কয়েন একাঠি করি কি যদি পকেইলো কোন ইভেন্ট হবো that is the binomial expansion on which probability curve is best now normal concept of normal curve मु बुझै देली ताकू जेतले तमे ड्रॉ करिवो माने करो 10 कॉइन्स एकाठी पकेई करी जेते इवेंट हबो कोन इवेंट हबो h to the power 10 h to the power 9t h9t h8t square h7tq এই ভলিয়া 11টা ইভেন্ট হবো ताकू नहीं कि तमे जदि तांकर प्रोबेबिलिटी नहीं कि गोटे ग्राफ ड्रॉ करिवो द ग्राफ विल बी लाइक दिस ए जो ग्राफ देखुचो ए भलिया गोटे ग्राफ हो and this graph is called the normal probability curve normal probability curve represents the graphic the distribution of probability in a large population or sample गोटे वेरिएबल रे केते प्रोबेबिलिटी आसुची सब जिंसर दैट इज नॉर्मल प्रोबेबिलिटी कर्व एंड इट इज व्हाट इट जेटा म देखौछ इट विल बी ए कर्व विल कम डेवलप लाइक दिस एंड ए नॉर्मल प्रोबेबिलिटी कर्व is one of the most standard process in statistical analysis most of the statistics particularly inferential statistics and parametric statistics they have an assumption of normality of distribution if the variable is not normally distributed in the population you cannot apply parametric statistics or you cannot also make inferences about the population from the sample eta hala taro model now coming to the next characteristics of the normal probability curve now you see this is an important question characteristics of the what is normal probability curve mu tumku bujhaili next is characteristics ei jo curve achi what are the characteristics of this curve that is an important question and you will have to write the question answer with figures like this ei bhaliya chitra deikiri bujhaiya ku padibo characteristics of the normal probability curve normal probability curve is symmetrical you see symmetrical means it has a definite shape it is a ei bhaliya arambha hochi empty jauchi empty asuchi it's a symmetrical in nature deviation kichh nahi it's like it is called a bell shaped it is also otherwise called a bell shaped curve or Gaussian curve ta tinta na achi it is a Gaussian curve it is also called a bell shaped curve because it looks like a bell bell माने घंटी जोटा घंटी भलिया देखा जाए that is first characteristics the normal curve is symmetrical the normal curve is unimodal कोन who can tell me what is unimodal unimodal माने गुटी जदी एटा माने करो आउ किछि थांता एमती हेकरी एमती जाई थांता पुणी एमती एमती दिथर बोली थांता ए टॉप एबळे आई थांता दैट इज ए बाइमोडाल कर्व बुझी परछो ना नहीं बाइमोडाल यूनिमोडाल यार गोटिए थर टर्न नेछि बाइमोडाल हेले जीव पुणी ठी बुली के आउ थरे बुलिबो पुणी ठी बुली के आउ थरे बुलिबो ट्राइमोडाल इट इज यूनिमोडाल ए भलिया नॉर्मल प्रोबेबिलिटी कर्व इज यूनिमोडाल गला ए प्रॉपर्टी गुडा को मने रखिबो एवं परीक्षा रे दिस इज ए मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन द मैक्सिमम ऑर्डिनेट occurs at the center normal probability एटो कह दे ऑर्डिनेट हाइट ऑफ द नॉर्मल कर्व एठी हाइट एठू ड्रॉप कले जोटा तार हाइट इठू ड्रॉप कले हाइट इठू ड्रॉप कले हाइट এই जो हाइट तमे देखिबो ए हाइट ता मैक्सिमम वाला सेंटर रे एटा वाला सेंटर এই জায়গা রে मैक्सिमम हाइट अन्य जो जगह रे हाइट नबो ताटू सानो देखो एटा बड़ो ना एटा बड़ो कोटा बड़ो या भितरे ए दीटा भितरु हाइट रे कोटा बड़ो
मझीटा बड़ो सर
मझीटा बड़ो
Yes, sir.
दैट इज मैक्सिमम हाइट इज हियर
यस सर
इटा सेंटर इटा कह जाय मैक्सिमम हाइट तेणु नॉर्मल मैक्सिमम ऑर्डिनेट इज वाई ऑर्डिनेट ता एटा एक्स वाई एटा ऑर्डिनेट मैक्सिमम ता 80 एवं ता वैल्यू हला 0.3989 लेखा हिची गला नॉर्मल कर्व इज एन एसिम्प्टोटिक टू एक्स एक्सिस कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स में बुझे दउची मने रखो या पर प्रॉब्लम करिवार अछि एसिम्प्टोटिक मींस द कर्व नेवर टचेस द एक्स एक्सिस एटा देखो इटी टिके गैप रहिछि एई जगह रे देखो एई जगह रे गैप रहिछि नॉर्मल प्रोबेबिलिटी कर्व ताकू टच करू नाही बुझियला ना नहीं होई के मोर क्लास होछि हला एटा बुझियला ना नहीं
यस
द
सर
नॉर्मल
हाँ सर बुझेगल
सर बुझियाला सर
characteristics is an important question you have to write right normal probability curve is asymptotic माने एटा x axis की छुए नहीं दी पटे एटी देखो एटी गैप अछि छुईनी x axis की टच करिवो नाही जेतले when the nature of the curve is like this we call it an asymptotic curve asymptotic means which does not touch the baseline a curve जत्ते बढ़िले मध्य it will always go beyond the baseline की छुए नाही and then the height of the curve declines symmetrically now you see एठू दी पटकू हाइट कमी कमी आसीबो मैक्सिमम हाइट एई जगह रे तापर एठी आसीले कम दी पटकू जते जीवो सेते हाइट कमी कमी आसीबो दैट इज the height of the curve declines symmetrically then point of influx occur at plus minus 1 standard deviation or plus minus 1 z कौन सेटा मु कहूची देखो point of influx এই जो नॉर्मल प्रोबेबिलिटी कर्व रो गोटे बेसलाइन अछि এই बेसलाइन is calibrated as z0 এই জায়গা দেখো z0 লেখা আইছি z is 1 standard deviation এইটু z0 z1 z2 z3 पर्यंत रहिबो प्लस एपटु आसीबो माइनस z1 माइनस z2 माइनस z3 z score is here in the baseline and it is a standard score being represented by one z means 1 standard deviation तमे जदि मीन एतिकी 1 z माने मीन सहित गोटे स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन मिसी गले एई जगहटा आसीबो दीटा स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन में आसिले ए जगह आसीबो तीनटा आसिले एटा आसीबो जदि मीन रु माइनस करबो 1 एटा आसीबो दीटा स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन माइनस करबो एटा एई भलिया जीवो तेनु से कहूची जे द टोटल गला 3z मु बुझेई देली टी 1z -1z -2z -3z +1z +2z +3z এই ভলিয়া z ডিস্ট্রিবিউশন ହେଇଛି এবং রেঞ্জ ହେଲା ±3z टोटल पॉपुलेशन या भितर जदि टोटल पॉपुलेशन तमे बाहर करिवो 7 कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स एठू एजाए 100 रु 34.13 एठू 34.13 तापरे এই ভলিয়া ডিস্ট্রিবিউশন ହେଇଛି কমি কমি আসিবো ଦି পটকু এটা লক্ষ্য রকম কইবি পরে यार प्रॉब्लम अछि the total area under normal curve may be considered 100% 100% हेले को z भितरे केते आसीबो परसेंट ±1z 34.13 34.13 ±1z ru 2z 13.59 13.59 2z ru 3z 2.14 2.14 that is the distribution of normal curve. Normal curve is bilaterally symmetrical. এই মঝিরু যদি ଦି ভাগ করদব এপট যাহা এপট সেইয়া bilaterally symmetrical. The normal curve is a mathematical model in behavior. এইটাকু we have a long lots of use. বর্তমান মু তুমি খালি নরমাল कर्व বুঝাই দেলা পরে কেতে গুড়ে প্রবলেম মু তোমাকে করাই দউছি जोटा कि likelihood of coming in the examination. এইটা গোটে নরমাল कर्व র টেবল এরিয়া দেইছি মু তোমাকে আবশ্যক অনুসারে দেখাউছি problems कौन है अच्छा 8 देखो to determine the percentage of cases in a normal distribution within give एटा तमरो mathematical side ता MPC रो जोटा mathematical problems आसिले it will be like this calculation how to go about the calculation of problems in MPC केमिति calculate करिवो वर्तमान problem हला ए एग्जांपल an adjustment test was administered on a sample of 500 students of class 8 question the means of the adjustment score of the total sample obtained was 40 and standard deviation obtained was 8 what percent of cases lies between score 36 and 48 if the distribution of adjustment is normal in the universe गोटे 500 पिलां को ऊपर टेस्ट करा गला से टेस्ट रे पिला मानकर एवरेज आसिला मीन आसिला 40 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन आसिला 8 40 हां स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन 8 ताले 36 रु 48 भितरे रखिथिबा पिलांकर परसेंटेज केते बा केते परसेंट पिला 36 रु 48 स्कोर रखिबे केमिति कैलकुलेट करिवो नाउ आगो प्रथमे एरिया बाहर करिया को पड़िबो z वैल्यू z इज इक्वल टू स्कोर z1 गोटे z आगो बाहर करिया को पड़िबो 36 रे तमरो दीटा स्कोर देछि गोटे 36 गोटे 48 36 रो एठी बुझो के कोन पचरिबार अछि पचर प्रॉब्लम थ्योरीटा बहिरे जा लिखाई जे पढि दबो टिके टिके मु बुझेई देली प्रॉब्लम कोन कोन दरकार कहि दउची 36 माइनस 40 पचारि कि 36 रु 48 भितरे केते परसेंट पिला रहिबे 36 माइनस z रो फार्मूला हला स्कोर माइनस मीन बाय एसडी अच्छा स्कोर माइनस मीन बाय एसडी रे z 36 माइनस 40 बाय 8 z इज इक्वल टू माइनस 0.5 बा 0.5 z आसिला माइनस बुझियला ना नहीं वर्तमान तमे एरिया टेबल को जिवो माइनस बा माइनस रे एरिया रे माइनस न थाए 0.5 z रो एरिया केते थी एठी देखि करी मते को टेबल देखि करी 0.5 z देइची लेफ्ट साइड कॉलम रे सब z देइची ता पाखकू तार एरिया देइची सब एई टेबल लो के कहि परिबो जे 0.5 रो एरिया केते टेबल देखि करी को 0.5 लेफ्ट साइड रे कोठी अछि तार एरिया केते
1915.
1915. That means 19.15. Eita. Hala? Eita hala area 0.15 रे. तेणु 19.15 हाला 100 रे. अच्छा. वर्तमान तमरो 36 रु 40 पर्यंत 40 पर्यंत कैलकुलेशन कलो तमरो एरिया हला 19.15 सेमती 48 रु कैलकुलेशन करो 48 रो जेड केते हबो स्कोर माइनस मीन बाय एसडी 48 रो जेड केते
Hello, sir, am I audible? 0.15.
48 रो जेड केते हला
Sir, 0.1. Sir,
48
0.15.
minus 40 divided by 8 0 कोड आसला 0 पॉइंट कोड आसला
Sir, it will be 1.
1 48 minus 48 8 by 8 1 तेणु 1 जेड तमरो 36 रु 40 पर्यंत एरिया केते हेतला लिखिचो 36 रु 40 पर्यंत जो टेबल ले पॉइंट जेड पॉइंट 5 बाहर करी एरिया बाहर कल एरिया केते हला
1915.
हां 19 माने 19.15
Sir,
अच्छा,
why
वर्तमान
did sir ये Z to me from where we have taken 48?
से पर काहे कि नउछ फटी क्वेश्चन ने परा पचारिची व्हाट इज द एरिया बिटवीन 30 कोड वाला क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट परसेंटेज ऑफ केसेस लाइज बिटवीन 36 and 48
48. Okay, sir, I got it.
36 रु 40 प्रथमे बाहर कर देलो 19.15
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
40 रु 48 एरिया 1 जेड हला 1 जेड रे एरिया केते देखि कि मते को ए टेबल
Sir, 3413.
माने 34.13
Sir.
ताले 36 रु 48 पर्यंत एरिया केते हबो केमति बाहिबो 36 रु 40 पर्यंत एरिया पाइलो 40 रु 48 पर्यंत एरिया पाइलो 36 रु 48 एरिया केमति बाहिबो एइठु बुझिपान तमर कोन माने असुविधा कोड रहउची एडी चित्रटा एडी देइची एइटा 36 रु 40 40 रु 48 इथि हला 19.15 एइटा हला 34.13 ये टोटल एरिया टा केते हबो बुझी पारनो ना कोन मु जानि पारनो
Sir, Z1 और Z2 plus कर देले.
हां एरिया दिता तो प्लस कर दबो Z1 Z2 कोन
53.28.
हैं
53.28.
43.28
मिसे दलो
ଆଜ୍ଞା
केते केते हला 34.13 प्लस आरटा केते 19.15
Sir, 19.15.
हैं
It will 50. Sir, 19.15 plus
19 point केते हला तमर टोटल
53.28.
सुनाई देखो 19.15 এটা মিশে এইট দেখো आंसरটা কেতে হলা এই ছুটিয়া জিনিস কোন
53.28, sir. 53.28.
53.28.
তোমরা এতে কোন আছে এই মানে যে এই যে 0.5 রে হলা 19.15 এটা হলা 34 এটা হলা आंसर इज 52 53.23 एगो बुझी कि न कले केमति परीक्षा रे करिवो
Sir, table will be given to us for the value of area.
ना रेफरेंस विल बी गिवन तुम दिया ही जेतिबो 0.5 रे एतिक एरिया 1 जेड रे एतिक जा रेफरेंस दरकार टेबल रे थिबो
Okay,
गोटे
sir.
क्वेश्चन में लिखा है टेबल दिया जीवन
Okay, sir.
जोटा तुम टेबल ले बाहर करूछ सेटा तुमको डायरेक्ट दिया है तुमरो दीटा जिनस टेबल ले दरकार दैट इज एरिया माने बिटवीन z0 and 0.5 between z0 and 1
Sir, then we will be, we'll get to know whether we are going right or wrong in the question, looking at the reference.
हाँ
Because if our value comes wrong, we can easily check from the question that it should be that only.
हाँ नहीं व्हाट व्हाई वैल्यू ना आउ गोटे प्रॉब्लम कहि दूची व्हाट काइंड ऑफ a reading ability mu dita problem discuss karuchi because lot of things have to be discussed today it's a very mane loaded paper ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମୁଁ quick ଯିବି a reading ability test was administered on a sample of 200 cases studying in class 9 the mean and the standard deviation of reading ability test score was obtained 60 and 10 respectively find out how many cases lies in between score 40 and 70 बाहर करो तमे संगे संगे प्रैक्टिस करो एटा समान प्रॉब्लम मते को कोन बाहर करिया को हबो प्रथमे जदी मीन 200 पिलांक भितरु 60 मीन हला 60 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन 10 40 रु 70 भितरे केते परसेंट पिला रहिबे प्रथमे कोन करिवो z वैल्यू एट 40 रो z वैल्यू केते को
Okay. Sir, 2.
40 minus 60 by 10 minus 2 बिली कहिबो
Sir, minus 2.
हां एरिया रे माइनस प्लस नहीं किंतु z कहला लोक भाबते से माइनस 2z रे एरिया केते टेबल देखि दउछि मु तम पाखे टेबल अछि कि नै मु देखि दउछि माइनस 2z एरिया केते
So, minus 2, 4772.
हां माने 47.72 लेख हला तापरे एग्जांपल 1 एग्जांपल 2 हां वर्तमान 40 गला 70 रे z केते
So, 1.
1 एरिया केते 1 रो एरिया आगु देख
Sir,
लेखि
34. Sir, 34.13.
हां ताले 40 रु 70 रो टोटल एरिया केते हबो
5, 8, 1. Sir, 81.85.
81.85 means that is the percent
81.85.
81.85% हला
Yes, sir.
अच्छा परसेंट मींस केते रु
Sir, out of 100%?
आउट ऑफ 100 81 केते से कहिछि केते जण रहिबे सेठी परसेंटेज से क्वेश्चन ने पचरतिला ए क्वेश्चन ने परसेंटेज न पचरि हाउ मेनी पचरिछि
Sir, 200
100
into 81.15.
200 ना
The
2
total sample is 200?
कहलो मते केते जदी 100 रु 81 पॉइंट एते हला 200 रु केते हबो के आंसर दे परिबो
Sir, 163.7. Because
रे गुणिला 200 रे गुणिला ना 2 रे गुणिला
sir 2 रे गुणिदली
2 रे बिकॉज़ 200 रे गुणि दबनी 200 रे गुणि देले माने इट इज आउट ऑफ 100 हेले 200 मींस 81 पॉइंट सम जहा हला इनटू 2 काय आंसर है हां 8
So, 163. So, 163 will be.
163 पॉइंट केते हला एठी आंसर ता बाहर ची तारो केते
So, 163.7.
किंतु आंसर लेखला बेले 74 करिवो कारण से तुम पचारछि केते जण पिला यू
Correct.
कैन नॉट से 163.7 पिला यू
Yes.
राउंड इट अप एंड से
yes sir yes
बुझेला ना नहीं हां कारण 100 आई कैन नॉट से इट इज 163.7 स्टूडेंट्स कारण 0.7 कोन उठ पिला तेनु राउंड अप करिकरी कहिबो इट अच्छा बुझी गला क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 आगे चल टू डिटरमिन द परसेंटेज ऑफ केसेस लाई अबव और बिलो द स्कोर हां इटा आउट है मते टिके क्विक क्विक करो से an intelligence test तुम पाखे अच्छी ना नहीं ये बुकलेट ना ये देखो an intelligence test was administered on a group of 500 cases of class 5. The mean this, standard deviation this, IQ score was this. A score, IQ score was this. Find out how many students of that class having IQ score below 8 and above 120. Mean hela कोड गला तो 100 स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन हला 15 ए 16 80 तळु को केते आईक्यू पिला रही बुझ पारलो ना नहीं क्वेश्चन ता पढ रीड द क्वेश्चन
Yes, sir. Sir, it will be Z value will be 1.25 in both cases, one positive, one negative.
हां नहीं जे तुम प्रश्नटा कोन पचारिछि देखो एठी चित्र अछि प्रश्न व्हाट द क्वेश्चन इज इंपोर्टेंट फाइंड हाउ मेनी स्टूडेंट ऑफ क्लास 5 हैविंग आईक्यू बिलो 80 80 तळु को केते जण रहिबे 80 हला आईक्यू रो जेड बुझि परछ ना नै मु जो बुलौछि से एई जो शेडेड एरिया पचारिछि ए एरिया टा कोन केते बाहर करियो केमिति if this normal probability curve is 100% 100 what will be this part ei गारो रु एपट को केते परसेंट रहइबो
Sir, 50 total?
50 काई ना इट्स ए सिमेट्रिकल कर्व दी फल समान
Yes, sir.
तेनु दिस इज 50 वर्तमान एई एरिया टा केमिति बाहर करिवो एइथि जेड बाहर कर देले एई एरिया बाहरिबो एई टोटल एरिया टा तमरे एई एरिया टा दरकार कौन करिवो
Sir, 0.5 minus 1.25.
नहीं 80 रे जेड वैल्यू केते हला
Sir, 80 to Z value, sir, it's coming 1.25 minus 1.25.
1.25 रे एरिया देखिले देखे दोची वन टेबल रे देखे दोची 1.25 रे एरिया एटी बार करथिबो 1.25 एरिया हां 1.25 एरिया 39.44
Sir,
टेबल देखिले जानि करिवो
okay, sir.
ये 39.44 टा को एरिया टा ए चित्र रे
This one.
ये एरिया टा देखि पाछो ना नहीं
Yes, sir.
তাহলে এই এরিয়াটা কেতে হবো এই এরিয়াটা এই যে
Sir,
ভিতরে এরিয়াটা কারণ কেতে হবো
Sir, 50 minus 39.44.
হ্যাঁ ইয়েস টোটাল 50 দিস এরিয়া তেনু 50 মাইনাস 39.44 কেতে হলা
Sir, 6. 0. Sir, 10.56.
10.5 से क्वेश्चन कोन पचारछि फाइंड आउट हाउ मेनी 10.5 टा केते 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 रहला 100 रे 500 पिला अछंती आंसर केते हबो हाउ मेनी वो
into 5, sir.
So 53. Sir, approximately 53.
approximately 63 मु देखि
53, sir, 53.
हां 63 केम कहउछ 53 approximately
50, sir, 53.
हां हे गला
Yes, sir.
बुझि पारलो सेमती से पचर के आउ गोटे 120 ऊपर को केते 80 तळ को केते 120 ऊपर को केते 120 अबव ए एरिया टा पचरी छी
Sir,
ये
again
जगह
the
रे
Z value comes as 1.25, so answer will be same.
सेम हां से देई देई किंतु इट्स नॉट दैट ऑलवेज यू विल गेट क्वेश्चंस लाइक दिस इफ यदि 110 भी पचर देई पारे एटा गोटे समान देई देई छी तमरो कन्वीनियंस पई 80 से पटे 120 बट समटाइम्स 80 and 110 above 110 ताले एरिया टा सेम सर बाहर करिवो
Sir, sir, we
हाँ,
have
भला।
to calculate the area also in exam.
हां
Sir, through this graphical representation.
yes you have to if problem will come you will have to give, supposing this problem, you will have to give a picture like this. You will have category cool area ta demonstration. That is the way you have to do.
Sir, will you share this sheet which you have, sir? This one, this data.
This is your book. This is your book.
Okay, this is from the book only, sir. Okay.
No, that is the book being supplied to you. This is I am sharing. I am doing that. If you need, I can send soft copy, no problem. But don't you have the book? Have you got the book materials?
Yes, sir. I have got. Yes, sir. We have got it.
Materials. This is your book. I am not going beyond that. Now, the reverse is there. You are giving the limits, and you have to calculate the percentage. Now you will be given the percentage, and you will have to find out the limits. Middle question to determine the limits. Example: in an achievement test of mathematics was administered on a group of 75 students of class 8. The value of mean and standard deviation was 50 and 10 respectively. Find the limits of the score that consisted of middle 60%. जदि एया हेताए मझी 60% पिलांकर मार्क रेंज केते सेठी परसेंट देइकरी मार्क पचारुतला इथि मार्क रेंज देइकरी परसेंट पचारुची ए परसेंट देइकरी मार्क रेंज पचारुची उल्टाटा बुझियला ना नहीं चित्र अछि हां हेटी देखो एई जगह रे से देला चित्र मिडल 60% means 30% right side, 30% left side. Now you will have to find the z at these 2 points. केमती बाहरिबो सेठी तमे टेबुल रे z देखिकिरी एरिया बाहर करथिलो वर्तमान एरिया देखिकिरी z बाहर करिवो मु टेबुल देखौची तुमको 30% रो z केते कि एको देखिकिरी मते को what is the z value for 30%? এইটা কেতে 29.95 এইটা হলা 30.23 এক্স্যাক্টলি 39 30 থিলে 3000 থান্তা বর্তমান তুমি এইটা 30% র কোটা নিয়ারার এইটা না এইটা
Sir, 2995 will be nearer, sir.
আচ্ছা বর্তমান ইয়ার জেড ভ্যালু কেতে এপটুকু নব
The
0.08 হ্যাঁ यार z वैल्यू कहते हैं
So 0.8.
0.8 एपट देखियो नहीं की
अच्छा
एपटे 0.8 एपटे
0.04.
तमने कहते हला
2995.
एपटे 0.84
Okay, 0.84.
2995.
हां 2995 माने 30% रो पाखो यार z वैल्यू हेले एपटे एटा प्लस एटा 0.8 प्लस 0.04 मिथिले जेति गेला 0.84 हला 40% रो z वैल्यू केते मते कहलो 40% रो z वैल्यू के कहउछ को 40% कोटा 40% रो पाखा पाखी एटा ना एटा
Sir, 3997 sir.
3997.
यार z वैल्यू केते
1.2.
1.2. 1.2 plus 0.08.
केते हला
Sir, 2.0.
हैं
नहीं,
1.2
1.28. 1.28.
1.28 sir.
1.28, sir. 1.28.
1.28
Yes sir.
08 अछि बरा अच्छा वर्तमान हमें सेटर जो देखले 30% रो केते बाहरला 30% पड़े वाला हां एटा 0.84 वर्तमान से प्रॉब्लम को जाओ वर्तमान तमे जान देलो 0.84 एटा না না এইটা না মিডিল 70 এইটা সেই যে প্রবলেমটা কুଆଡେ গলা হ্যাঁ এইটা মিডিল 70% 30% 30% এটি জেড কেতে হলা এই যে মারকি এটি মারি মানে কর্সর রখিছি এটি জেড কেতে হলা এই জায়গারে
0.84 sir.
হ্যাঁ -0.84
Yes sir.
এটি কেতে হলা প্লাস 0.84 এটি দেখো জেড বাহারলা -0.84 তাহলে এই জায়গায় যদি জেড হেলা এটার স্কোর কেতে হবো স্কোর হলা ফর্মুলা মিন মাইনস জেড মানে কোন স্কোর মাইনস মিন বাই স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ডেভিয়েশন এই জায়গায় বাহারিব সেমতি জেড স্কোর র ফর্মুলা হলা স্কোর ইজ ইকুয়াল টু মিন প্লস জেড ইনটু এসডি এটি মিন কেতে তোমার কোশ্চেন মিন কেতে
The mean is 50 and standard deviation is 10.
10 বর্তমান স্কোর বাহার করো 50 মিন প্লস এই জায়গায় স্কোর কেতে হবো মিন প্লস এই জায়গায় স্কোর পচারিছি মিন প্লস জেড জেড হলা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড ডেভিয়েশন সরি জেড হলা তুমি যেটা বাহার করলো -0.84 ইনটু এসডি মিন কেতে 60
50, 50.
50 হ্যাঁ 50 প্লস -0.84 ইনটু 10 প্লস মাইনাস হয়ে গেলে মাইনাস হয়ে গেল কেতে হলা এটা এই জায়গায় -0.84 হলা জেড স্কোর কেতে হলা কো
So 58.
58 এই জায়গায় সেমতি মিন প্লস জেড ইনটু এসডি এটি জেডটা প্লস আছে না না এটারে ভুল কইদেল ମୁଁ ପା କହିଲି ମିନ୍ ପ୍ଲସ୍ ମାଇନସ୍ ପ୍ଲସ୍ ଇଣ୍ଟୁ ମାଇନସ୍ ଜେଡ୍ ସ୍କୋର এই জায়গায় আউথরে বাহার কর এই জায়গায় ମୁଁ ଯୋଉ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ଦେଖଉଛି ସେ ପଏଣ୍ଟରେ ଆଉଥରେ ବାହାର କର ଏଠି ଜେଡ୍ କେତେ ଟେବୁଲ ଦେଖିକିରି ଏଠି ଜେଡ୍ କେତେ ଡିସାଇଡ କଲ ଆରେ ଲେଫ୍ଟ ସାଇଡ ରେ ଜେଡ୍ ଟା ମାଇନସ୍
Just sir, 0.84.
Minus- 0.84
0.84. Yes sir.
বর্তমান মিন প্লস মাইনস 0.84 ইন্টু এসডি মিন হেলা কেতে 50 মাইনস 0.84 ইন্টু 10 এই ভ্যালুটা বাহার করো কেতে হেলা तुम पाखे कैलकुलेटर अच्छी ना नहीं
1.6 sir. 41.6.
हाँ 41.6
Yes sir.
सेमती एपटे मीन प्लस 41.6 बाहरला बा 42 ये राउंड अप कर दूची सेमती एपटे केते हबो एठी एटा हला प्लस 84 मीन प्लस 0.84 into 10 हेला ये सब कैलकुलेशन करी देइची सरी गला तमे बर्तमान नॉर्मल प्रोबेबिलिटी कर्व इज ओवर आउ जहा जहा प्रॉब्लम अछि तमे देखि करी प्रैक्टिस कर दबो प्रॉब्लम थ्योरी जहा अछि प्रैक्टिस कर दबो पार्ट 1 इज ओवर बहुत जिंस अछि मत सारी पड़िबो नाउ ब्लॉक 3 यूनिट 2 Now, next is significance of mean differences, standard error of the mean. I got a concept. Another parametric test called t-test. Significance of mean differences means the concept is like this. Supposing you want to know whether boys or girls are better in the performance of mathematics. Kaharo mathematics bhalo huye. Supposing you want to study this phenomenon, then what you can do, you can have the mathematics test for a sample of 200 boys and 200 girls. 200 ପିଲାଙ୍କର mathematics ପୁଅ ପିଲାଙ୍କର 200 ଝିଅ ପିଲାଙ୍କର mathematics mark ଆଣିଲ ତମେ. And then for testing this hypothesis, you need to apply the kind of test called t-test, which is also a very important problem question for you. t-test. t-test केमिति करिवो जदि दीटा मीन रो सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ डिफरेंस अछि कि नहीं जानिबा पई चाहूछ. हाउ कैन यू गो फॉर t-test? नाउ लेट मी सी t-test. ऑब्जेक्टिव जहा अछि विभिन्न जिनिस बुझेछि, पैरामेट्रिक, नॉन पैरामेट्रिक, and finally I will be telling you the application part because that is more important for you. अन्य जिनिस पढिबो t-test काई and बहुत जिनिस अछि. t ratio, t-test काई प्रॉब्लम. Kind problem. Application of what a gala t-test nahi example. अच्छा हाँ एठी अछि एग्जांपल एमती देइछि. अच्छा जदी एग्जांपल एमती देइछि मु टिके देखुछि कैलकुलेशन रे टिके ये रहिछि. Importance of application of t, significance of t-test. अच्छा कैलकुलेशन टिके माने सहज आ बाटरे करा जाई परिबो. ए टिके डिफिकल्ट वे रे कैलकुलेशन अछि. ठीक अछि. हमरे एही थरे बुझे दउछि एही अनुसार जो अनुसार कैलकुलेशन करिछि. नहीं मु टिके माने आ गोटे काढी करी कैलकुलेशन देखि देबी कोन हला. A randomly selected group of 26 class grade students having weight ete kg and SD ete kg. How will this value estimate the average weight of class grade? ठीक अछि मु टिके आ सिंपल वे रे t-test कैलकुलेशन कहि कि तुमको बतै दउछि. कारण t-test is important calculation. मो पखरे थबो जदि मु देखै दउछि एटा टिके माने कैलकुलेशन टा टिके ठीक रे नाही. माने कैलकुलेशन ठीक अछि किंतु टिके समथिंग simplicity is not there. हो मु देखुछि.
सर सर थोड़ा सा इम्पोर्टेंट ये सम्स बता दीजिए ना जो कि इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि हम तो बायो के स्टूडेंट है, हमको बहुत ज्यादा नहीं आ रहा है सर इसमें.
नहीं important means this is माने t-test is important one. About this ये group difference रे t-test Normal probability curve is not that important, but the things that I am going to cover now are more important.
Yes, sir.
Normal probability curve is more important for theoretical question. Characteristics of MPC. What is MPC, and discuss the characteristics of MPC. That is important question from MPC. Application as the problems may be less important, but t-test, ANOVA, what other things that I am going to tell are more important things about examination. Now, there are many ways that you can calculate a T. Here is a problem in your screen. 44 sixth graders were randomly selected from a school district. Then they were divided into 22 matched pairs, and each pair having an IQ of 80. One member of each pair was randomly selected to receive the special training. Then all. Now, this is a specific case of T. Achha, now let me tell you t-test. T-test, there are basically two different types of t-test. One is called independent sample t-test, and the other one is called correlated or dependent sample t-test. Independent sample t-test means when supposing you are needed to compare boys and girls on some ability. That means two different groups of people. Any class 10 and class 9, you want to compare students in class 10 for any kind of thing. Supposing you want to compare student of class 10 and class 9 on his height. Any variable, if you want to compare two groups of two different groups, then it is called independent sample t-test. But sometimes we also want to have to compare groups, same groups over different occasions. For example, you want to know a group of the effect of a teacher on teaching mathematics. तमे कौन कल प्रथमे पिला से टीचर पढ़ेबा पूर्व से मानकर मैथमेटिक्स परीक्षा करनेल तापर टीचर 6 मास पढ़ेला पर तांकर मैथमेटिक्स परीक्षा करनेल तेणु दीज आर दी टू सेट्स ऑफ डाटा बिफोर द एग्जामिनेशन बिफोर द टीचर हैज taught and after the teacher has taught. Now you can also go for t-test. Here where the subjects are same in both the groups, it is a correlated T, and where the subjects are different in both the groups, it's an uncorrelated or independent sample T. Now here is an example I am giving about the correlated T. 44 sixth graders were randomly selected from a school district. Then they were divided into 22 matched pairs. Matched pair means they are same, correlated. Either they are same or they are matched pairs. I mean, correlated T. Each having IQ level 80. One member of each pair was randomly selected to receive special training. एक भितरु गोटे ग्रुप को ट्रेनिंग दिया गला आउ गोटे ग्रुप को ट्रेनिंग दिया गला नहीं. वर्तमान व्हाट इज द थिंग दैट यू वांट टू नो अबाउट दीटा ग्रुप पिला गोटे ग्रुप नेकी तांको समान डिवाइड कर देलो से माने मैच इन ऑल रेस्पेक्ट मैच माने दे आर सिमिलर सेम. देन व्हाट यू डू you administered a special training program to one group and the other group did not receive any training. Now after the training you administered the test on them, and now you want to find out whether the training has any effect or not. बुझी पारलो ना नहीं प्रश्न कौन टी टेस्ट को जगह रे हुए.
Yes, sir.
Now these are the scores before after. Hello, these are the scores before and after. इतके बेसिक स्कोर रही जाइए तो को थरे 1 minute. Now, what you have to do and how to find out the T. 95, 90, first find out the column of difference column. 5, 4 like that. And then the result summarized below. Now, this method is also a cumbersome method. It is not. It will not be easy for you. The T. Let me see if there is anything else simpler, or else I will. In fact, the calculation that I do have is for some difficult process. That is a very easy process. Let me see if it is there, or else. Now you see, these are the scores: score 1, score 2. And now, what you have to do, you have to find out x minus y. 3 minus 20, 17. 3 minus 13, 10 minus 10. 3 minus 13 minus 10, 12 minus 20. This is the column of x minus y. Any kind of problem, x minus y. Now, this is the column x minus y square, 17 square, 10 square, 10 square, 8 square, like that. And this is the sigma of xy, x minus y, minus 73, and the sigma of x minus y square column is 1131. Here add it. Now this is the formula: sigma d by m divided by sigma d square minus sigma d square by n whole divided by n minus 1 into n. Now you put the value sigma d is 73. खाली देखी दियो मैं तो दे देवी जो दरकार पड़ेगा. 73 sigma d is 73. This one 73 by 11. Total n is 11. And then sigma d square 1131 minus sigma d the whole square 73 the square by 11 divided by n minus 1 into n, 11 minus 1 into. Now this is the thing. If you want to calculate, just make a practice and calculate it here. देखो calculation टा. जहाँ formula दिया है ची. If any doubt, you can ask me here. Calculate करूचो कि.
Yes, sir.
Calculate करिकरी यही formula रे calculate करिकरी check करो कि तमरे यह बाहरला ना नहीं. एवं तुमको डाटा दिया है तो वो एतिकी score 1 score 2 तमें t बाहर करिवो. T test with regard to problem, T test is important. तुम्हारा assignment रे मध्य आस्थाई पारे. Ella, any problem? Calculation.
Sir, it's coming to minus 2.74, sir.
Minus 2.74 and plus 2.74, they are same thing with regard to T. T सहित minus plus means that is next is to go for test level of significance test करिया पाई हैला minus 2.74 whether it is significant or not, that you will have to go for a table for critical value. And here the degrees of freedom is n minus 1, that is 10. With 10 degrees of freedom, if you can check what is the minimum required value for T, then I will tell you. तम पाखरे अच्छी कि कौनसी बही किंबा बही अच्छी कि any statistics book जदि नाही ताले तमे सेही simultaneously बाहर करो critical value for T. Table, critical value table for T. ବାହାରିଲା এটা ଗୋଟେ important concept ମୁଁ ବୁଝେଇବି which is relevant to all kinds of things. It is called level of significance. Table ର critical value ବାହାରିଲା କି T ର critical value. You will have to see that.
Yes, sir, table, yes, sir.
Now tell me what is the critical value of 10 degrees of freedom at 0.5 level and 0.1 level. 0.05, 0.01.
Sir,
value kuh 0.5 रे value kete
sir, 2.23.
ଟିକେ ଗୋଟେ minute. କୁହ 0.5 रे value କେତେ ଅଛି table ରେ?
Sir, it's showing 2.23.
ଲେଖ 0.5 ରେ 2.23. I will have to show you, explain you the concept. 2.23. 0.1 ରେ କେତେ ଅଛି?
Sir, at 0.01, it's coming 3.17.
Now you write 0.01 3 point table value 0.01 3 point the 0.05 the data value লেখ so that I will be able to explain to you. Now you have to find out whether your obtained T value, that is the final that you have to give, which carries 3 to 4 marks. That is called interpretation. Only finding out the T will not be enough for you to get the full credit. Interpretation is around every 10 mark. Interpretation is 3 mark. That means you will have to find out what is the T meaning of that T value. Here your obtained T value is 2.74, minus plus no matter T रे. Then obtained T value is 2.74. Now you will have to find out in the table first at 0.5, first at 0.1. What is the 0.1 value?
The 3.17.
Now 3.11 whatever. Your value is less than that. Your value is 2.74 and required value at 0.1 is 3 point something. That means you do not fulfill the requirement at 0.1. Therefore, your T is not significant at 0.1. But you have a choice. You can next go for 0.5. What is the 0.5 value?
So 2.23.
2.23 means your value is more than that. That means it is
Yes.
significant. It is significant means at a 0, if it would have been significant at 0, 1, you could have written P is less than 0, 1, but you are not able to write that because it is not significant there. Now it is significant at 0, 5, and here you can write P is less than 0, 5, whatever I have written here. P is less than 0, 5 means the T is significant at 0, 5 level. And whether it is 0, 1, 0, 1 level is higher significance, 0, 5 is lower significance. Whatever may be, your T is significant. Although low significant, it is significant. That means these two conditions are different. Condition 1, you can say score 1 is different from score 2. ଏତିକି ତମକୁ ଲେଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ପରେ P is this and interpretation ତାକୁ ଲେଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ ଏତିକି. Any question about T? Some problems you need to practice. T test ର କେତେଟା problem practice କରିଦବ because that is an important question. Now ହେଲା, should I move to the other block 4? Block 4 ରେ ବହୁତ ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି ଟିକେ. Now
सर
yes,
एक बार ये पूरा कंप्लीट कराने के बाद आप इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस मार्क करा देंगे क्या दोबारा से, ताकि हम लोग उसी को रिवाइज कर पाए, क्योंकि थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो रहा है स्टैटिस्टिक्स.
I will be telling some important questions. Every part I will be telling finally. Today I will be telling.
एंडिंग में. ओके,
I will
थैंक
be
यू.
telling that. End of that I will go by one unit and then tell. Now unit 4 block. What is this?
Sir, will not do unit 3. ANOVA and F test.
Unit 3 हम कहाँ पे है? Unit 3 हम जा ही नहीं पड़ा. Oh sorry.
sir.
Sorry.
Sir, ANOVA and F test is there.
One-way analysis of variance. Now, one-way analysis of variance. When you are required to compare two groups, the difference between two groups, you need a kind of statistics called t-test. That means, supposing you want to compare whether boys are taller or girls are taller, then you can go for some height of some boys and some girls and then compare. This is a situation where two groups are compared. Any comparison of two group situation requires kind of parametric statistics called t-test. Non-parametric is man-Whitney. But when you need to compare simultaneously more than two groups, then you need a kind of statistics called ANOVA, analysis of variance. And if you need to compare more than two groups on a single variable, then you need to go for a kind of ANOVA called one-way analysis of variance. For example, if you want to compare the mathematical ability of class 8, class 9 and class 10 students, means there are three groups. You are comparing mathematics ability for them. Or for example, you want to compare the performance of boys, girls and third gender on a specific issue, then you have a position of three groups. When you are comparing three or more than three groups, then you have a situation where you have to go for a kind of analysis called one-way ANOVA, one-way analysis of variance. Three or more groups on one dependent measure. जेकोसी गोटे डिपेंडेंट मेजर उपरे जदि तीन रु अधिका ग्रुप को साइमल्टेनियसली कंपेयर करिया पे चाहूचो ताले ANOVA. जदि दुईटा ग्रुप कंपेयर करिया पे चाहूचो ताले टी टेस्ट. Two or more, sorry, three or more ANOVA and one way ANOVA. Here you see boys and girls reaction time in milliseconds. Data these. Boys and girls reaction time in milliseconds. Now you want to know whether boys have quick reactions or girls have quick reactions for any kind of response. Then you took the reaction time, and then these are the data. You can go for this
Sir,
is
your screen
basically.
is not visible, sir.
Oh, screen is not visible. This is the situation where you can go for t-test. Now, analysis of variance. Now, I told you that it is a situation where it is more than 3 groups. These are all theoretical things about that, mathematical processes, how it is done. And now, here is a problem. And it is a very, very important to get problem in ANOVA. It's a very common. Probably the most important. T and ANOVA, one way ANOVA, examination, from the examination point of view and from problem point of view, it is more important. Now, in a study of intelligence, a group of 5 students of class 9 studying in arts, commerce and science stream were selected by using a random method of sample selection. An intelligence test was administered to them and the scores obtained are as under. Determine whether the 3 groups differ in their level of intelligence. Very simple question. Art, science and commerce pilanka bhitere, is there a kind of difference with respect to their intelligence? Tankara intelligence re kichi difference achi ki? If you want to know, you can go for this. This is the data. Art student 15, 14, 11, 12, 10. Commerce student, these are the data. Now you find out by applying one way ANOVA, because this is 3 group. One way ANOVA. Now, ये problem भलरे करिछि बहिरे किछि भाबबार नै. Now you see group 1 art student, you have to make this table and find the data like this. Art student x1 जदि simultaneously practice करिवो दि करो, x and all data being square, x1 square, x2 square, x3 square. Now, sigma x1 square, sigma x2 square, sigma एठी टिके भूल ले x2 लिखे आए जे तो x3 करेक्शन कर दो. x3 square. Hello? Any doubt about this? ए प्रोसेस करिबारे किछि असुविधा अछि कि?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Here the next column is n. It lekhini n is equal to 5. Small n lekhikri n1 is equal to 5, n2 5, n3 5. Hello? Now this is mean 1, m1, mean 1 12.40, mean 2 12. Mean 3 AR. Part of the table that you want to calculate, bujhela na nahi?
Yes, sir.
Now your correction, first step 1, you have to find out the correction term. Correction term is sigma x square by n. That is sigma x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square, whatever is there. Eti tinta achi, x1, x2, x3 square by n1, n2, n3. Means sigma x1 kete 62. देखो इठी 62. Next one is एटा भूल कर देछि मु.
Yes, sir. It is 60, but it's showing 62.
62. It is there in the book. It is your book. Make it 60. Correct it.
Yes, sir.
And then 61. Correct it. And find out. And n is 5 plus 5 plus 5. सब भूल करूछि. 60 61 এটা কেতে হচ্ছে 183 হচ্ছে কি
Yes, sir. Yes, that is correct, sir. Total is correct.
হ্যাঁ it is 183 actually
Yeah.
এটা ঠিক আছে 183 ঠিক আছে 62 61 60 হ্যাঁ 183 এটা খালি এই জায়গাটা 61 মানে 60 হওয়ার কথা
Sir.
হ্যাঁ 183 square divided by 15 you get this value any problem up to this এই ভ্যালু বাহারলা নাই করেকশন টার্ম ক্যালকুলেটর এত সময় কোন লাগুছি 183 square by 15
Sir, yes, sir.
next step 2 ss total sum of square total কয়া যায় তাকে written like sst sst is equal to sigma x square minus correction term sigma x square means all squares have to be added 786 730 এটাকে we can write sigma x square কারণ এটা sigma x square all sigma x square you add you and minus c square x ये सब मिसई दियो 786 730 765 minus this and find this केते हला you tell me what is the answer ss total केते हला तीनटा को मिसई देई के you subtract the correction term
Yes, sir. 48.40, sir.
right 48.40 here it is found
Yes, yes. Sir.
now then comes ssa ssa means the factor that you are interested arts science and commerce ssa ssa sigma x square by n minus cx now you see it is all sigma x is to be squared then divided by n 62 square divided by 5 60 square divided by 5 61 square divided by 5 and minus c square correction term बुझियला ना नहीं एसएस कोटा ए माने each a रो सिग्मा यार स्क्वायर बाय n 5 यार स्क्वायर बाय n 5 यार स्क्वायर बाय n 5 আমার তিনটা আছে তিনটা যায় নেই যাও চেক কর দিও খালি মানে ফর ইওর প্র্যাকটিস হয়ে গেল हमको वन वे अनोभारे तीनटा वेरिएंस बाहर करिया को पड़िबो सम ऑफ स्क्वायर्स गोटे हला सम ऑफ स्क्वायर टोटल गोटे हला सम ऑफ स्क्वायर फैक्टर बा बिटवीन गोटे हला सम ऑफ स्क्वायर एरर बा विद इन एटा फैक्टर बा बिटवीन बाजला एटा टोटल बाहरला एसएसटी तापर बाहरिबो एसएस विद इन बा एरर तीनटा एसएस बिटवीन बा एसएस ए केते बाहरला एते समय कोन लागुची काहेकि तमे तो मेमोरी कैलकुलेटर रे मेमोरी की जाई कि कैलकुलेट करिवो 60 रो स्क्वायर मेमोरी प्लस सब करी कि 5 रे हदल तो भारी पड़ियो हला केही करू ना कि
Yes, sir. Point 40, sir. 0.40. Yes, sir. Correct.
0.40 is okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, next is SS within. SS within is SS total minus SS between. तार फॉर्मूला है SS total है 48.40 minus 0.40. That is 48. SS within is 48.
So please explain step number 4 again, sir.
Step number 4 is SSW, or it is called SS error. And it is SS total, this total. SS total, first you have found out, then you have found out SS within by SSA, this
Okay.
minus this.
Okay, sir. Okay.
48 point formula is for SS total minus SS total minus SSA. This is the formula.
Okay, sir.
Now your SSW is 48.00. Now after this, the next thing the next thing is you have to find out the resource table. Summary a table taku tumku finally tabaki padibo. Summary table. You can write summary of ANOVA. Hala. It is sources of variance. Good day, eta.
Sir, step 5, 6, 7 is not required.
Requirements for your calculation, I will be telling. But
Okay.
you have to put this, I will be telling.
Okay.
But in the examination, you don't have to write this thing. This step guda ko likhiba darkar nahi.
Okay, sir.
But you have to follow. Bujhi nathile eta ko fill up kari paribani. Now, mu koi douchi kon taro sources of variance tinta. Eta among group. प्रथम तीनटा लेखा हम among or between groups एटा को कहा जाए between variance एटा को तमे among the groups between the groups और SSB बिली लिखि परिबो SS between groups बिली लिखि दबो सरला तापरे नेक्स्ट आसला error बा within groups whatever you write is right and then you write total first column. Then degrees of freedom, which is more important. Degrees of freedom means among groups, number of groups minus 1. How many groups are there in your problem? Tamo problem mere keteka
Sir,
group
three groups.
3 minus 1. Tenu yara degrees of freedom ala among groups ro degrees of freedom ala 2. Jodi 4ta group thanta 3, 5ta group 4. Number minus 1 बुझेला ना नहीं सेही गुडा का भितरे कैलकुलेशन करिकि देखैछि जोटा कि तमरो रफ रे रहिबो एटा बुझ पालो ना नहीं नाउ within groups n minus k n means total number of subjects k means total number of groups तमरो total number of subjects केते
So 15.
15 total group केते
3.
15 minus 3 12 then within group ro degrees of freedom ala 12 एटा एगुडा को लिखिया पड़िबो then total degrees of freedom total ala total number minus 1 total number केते total n केते
Sir, 15.
15 minus 1 14 total जहा थिबो ता जरो minus 1 ala total degrees of freedom बुझियला ना नहीं now actually এই কলমটা লিখিলা বেলে এই কলমটা আগে লিখিবো তারপরে ডিএস কলম লিখিবো তার ফরম্যাট সেয়া আগে এসএস কলম রহিবো তারপরে ডিএফ কলম রহিবো সে টিকে আগে ডিএফ লিখি কি এসএস এপটে লিখি দিছি কারণ এটা কো হরাম নাও এসএস among the groups কেতে বাহারলা তমরো ओके તમે કરીને લખીનો પરા among the group કેતે SS હે તમે જો બહાર કરકેલો
Sir, 0.40 sir.
anything you want to ask এইটা কেবল যে বাহার করছো তাকে ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু ফিল ইট আউট তোমার
Yes, sir.
among the group এসএস বাহারিছি 0.40
Sure.
সেমতি উইদিন গ্রুপ গোটে বাহারিছি 48 টোটাল বাহারিছি 48.4 এই দুটা মিশি গলে এটা হইଯିବ কিন্তু টোটাল ইউজুয়ালি লেখা যায় এনি কোশ্চেন আপ টু দিস এই টেবুল লেখারে কিছু বুঝি পারলো না নাই Divya, do you want to ask anything?
Sir, no, sir, I have understood, sir. SS, sir, second column I have understood. MSS nahi hai sir.
MSS is this by degrees of freedom, SS by degrees of freedom.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
0.40 by 2. This is the thing. Same the 48 by 12. This is the thing.
Oh, okay, sir.
That is called MS. Mean sum of squares. MSS. Mean sum of squares. Mean is to be divided by the DF. Up to this, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, F. F is MS between by MS within. It all MS between. It all MS within. MS between by MS within means 0.20 divided by 4. Kete hela?
So 0.05.
0.05. (0.20 divided by 4) 0.05. Okay. F ratio. Now you got the F value. Any question? Now next thing is about the significance. Arts, science, commerce पिलांक भितरे intelligence रे किसी difference अच्छी की? You have to go for the critical value table. Critical ये बाहर करो नेट रे बाहर करो क्रिटिकल वैल्यू टेबल फॉर एफ टेस्ट परीक्षा रे तुमको दिया ही जाइथिबो टेबल वैल्यू गुडा को क्वेश्चन लिखा ही जाइथिबो क्रिटिकल वैल्यू टेबल एफ टेस्ट बाहरला
Yes, sir.
now you will have to see the critical value table रो रे 2 कॉलम रे 12 डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम बिटवीन ता देखिबो रो रे दिया होची वैल्यू कॉलम रे दिया होची वैल्यू रो रे 2 कॉलम रे 12 05 वैल्यू केते मते कहो दीटा वैल्यू थिबो गोटे 05 गोटे 01 05 रे क्रिटिकल वैल्यू केते रो 2 सॉरी कॉलम 2 रो 12 कॉलम 2 रो 12 Darla.
Sir, 2.81.
हाँ जहाँ बाहर थी वो टेबल ले कौन अच्छा 0.05 रे required value is 2.81 your value is only 0.05 will it be significant
Sir, but it is written F table of critical values of alpha is equal to 0.10.
table of critical value no I am asking you about F table
Sir, F table of critical values of alpha is equal to 0.10. This is the heading of the table.
हाँ alpha is equal to 10 तमने 0.10 value टा 05 रो नहीं
So let me check. Sir, this 2.81 is
हाँ that is the value for 0.01
sir. So let me check.
हाँ no let me tell you whatever may be that value will only will show whether your value is significant but I can assure you any f value less than 1 can never be significant
Okay.
Because it is only 0.5, we don't have to, supposing this is the question, let me ask you, let me tell you, supposing this is the question in your examination and you ask for table, and in this question there will be no table value written, because you should know that if the value is less than 1, it is not significant, therefore no table is required to check. It is less than 1, any value less than 1 jodi baharila se bele bele mane question setter they make this kind of problem since they have given question so that a value is less than 1, a value is less than 1 means there is no need to check, it is definitely insignificant. You have to write p is greater than 0.5. Do you get my
Sir,
point?
sir, we will check the significance through F ratio, right? F value.
Huh. Huh.
If the F
F
value
table.
is more than 1, it means it is significant.
Nah, it if it is more than 1, then you have you are required to go for checkup.
Okay.
Significant or non-significant, that will be determined by the kind of your DF.
Okay.
If it is less than 1, there is no need to check up.
So, sir, in the question, it will be given the value of column 2 and row 12, as we have checked in this question.
Mhm.
It
Now,
will be
here
given.
I'm telling, because the F value is only 0.05. By that, it is because it is less than 1, it cannot be significant under any circumstances.
Okay, sir.
Therefore,
Okay.
uh, and here the answer is P is greater than 0.5. P is not significant, means P is greater than 0.5. There is no alternative. And which means that science, arts, and commerce students, they are not different in intelligence. They are equal. P is not significant. If P is
Okay.
greater than 0.5, that is the interpretation. Your final interpretation will be with this data that there is no difference in commerce, arts, and science student with regard to intelligence. Had it been significant, had it been more than 1, a value more than 1, then you could have gone for table, or they would have provided you the kind of data, critical value. Here, there is no need of critical value to interpret. Over, is it over? Now, there is another example too. You have to go it for yourself. You do it and check whether you know it or like that. Here, F ratio is 6.39 with degrees of freedom 3 and 16. The result is here, F ratio is, and you can see, and I hope this is significant.
So, value of 3 and 16 is 2.4618.
That means it is higher than the table value.
Okay, sir.
Higher means it is significant. P is less than 0.1.
Okay,
Significant will always be written as less
sir.
because P means probability of error.
Sir.
This is significant. That means what is the question? Question is drug. An experimenter wanted to study the relative effect of 4 drugs on the physical growth of rats. Charita drug kemiti impact ଅଛି physical growth रे. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ significant ବାହାରିଲା ମାନେ the drug has different impacts. The drugs have different impact on the growth rate of rat. This is the answer. Now, this is over about ANOVA and block 3. Whatever rest things are there, I will be have another thing, important thing that I will have to cover up is block 4. Two-way analysis of variance. Now, block 4, two-way analysis of variance. Two-way analysis of variance. In one-way analysis of variance, we have one group. Supposing we took boys, girls, and third gender as a 3 groups. That is one way. But if we are interested in simultaneously understanding 2 variables, that is 2A and OMA. Supposing we are interested boys, girls, and third gender in the age group of 11 to 18 and 30 to 45. Dita age group of boys and girls. The men or men, whatever you say. Kiba boys and girls and third gender, socio-economic status. High socio-economic, middle socio-economic, low socio-economic. Supposing we are interested in this group about their emotional behavior. Supposing you are interested to know whether gender has an effect on emotional behavior and socioeconomic status has any effect on emotional behavior, then we can take a design which is called a factorial design. We can take a 2 factorial design, 2-way ANOVA. 2-way means the 2 independent variables simultaneously working, operating. गोटे है ये जेंडर आ गोटे है सोशियो इकोनॉमिक स्टेटस आगुरु आमे नैथिलु केवल स्ट्रीम ऑफ स्टडी वन वेरिएबल साइंस आर्ट्स कॉमर्स बट हियर जदि आमे साइंस आर्ट्स कॉमर्स संगे बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स मिसई दबु ताले सेदा फैक्टोरियल हि जे हियर वी हैव ए फैक्टोरियल एक्सपेरिमेंट एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड टू वे एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस दिस इज आल्सो इंपोर्टेंट फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ problems in the examination. Eta madhya problem or sambhavana ye parikha ta tikke problem ta difficult kariba yere kintu you need to know it. Now here is a problem. Now here the problem is, you see, the question is extrovert and introvert, high anxiety and low anxiety. Whether extroversion and introversion do have any relationship with anxiety. Anxiety, high anxiety, low anxiety. Now this is the data. Question upare achi lekha ichi. Extrovert, introvert, high anxiety, low anxiety. Mane eta 2 into 2. You can have say 2A anavare, you can have a 3 into 2. You can have a 3 into 2, 3. Mu jota कहली मन करो boys, girls, third gender, एपटे रहिला high, middle, low socio-economic. Set 3 into 3. 3 into 3, but that is a 2-way ANOVA. 2 means theta variable consideration. Any question, conceptual clarity is more important. Now, how to calculate? एतिकी तमरो डाटा थिबो x1, एइटा हला तमरो डाटा. x1 माने गोटे एक्सट्रोवर्ट हाई एंजाइटी, एक्सट्रोवर्ट लो एंजाइटी, introvert high anxiety, introvert low anxiety. Hala बुझी परछो ना नहीं structure of the question?
Yes sir. हाँ sir बुझी पारु.
Now the same data is put here as x1. x1 is extrovert high anxiety. 12, 13, 14, 15, 14. ये देखो extrovert high anxiety. 12, 13, 14, 15, 14. Same data is put here. सेमती एक्सट्रोवर्ट लो एंजाइटी एमती रही एटा तमे करियो पड़िबो x1 x2 सॉरी x1 स्क्वायर x2 स्क्वायर x3 स्क्वायर x4 स्क्वायर एनी इशू ए कॉलम फिल अप करियो पड़िबो
सर क्लियर सर
स्क्वायर कॉलम सो बाहर पड़ला नाउ x सिग्मा x1 स्क्वायर सिग्मा x2 sigma x2 square, sigma x3 square, sigma x4 square. Addition, sum. Now, number of subjects, 5. It depends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Now, mean 68 by 5. This is the mean. 71 by 5. This is the mean. 77 by 5. This is the mean. 61 by 5. This is the mean. देखै दे जाउछि कोन तुमको करियो पड़ियो परीक्षा ना फर्स्ट यू हैव टू फाइंड द करेक्शन टर्म इज same formula sigma x square by n. What is sigma x square? Sorry, sigma sigma x रो square. What is sigma x? This plus this plus this plus this. All x are to be added. That gives you sigma x. এটা টিকে ফর্মুলা ভুল লিখি দিয়েছি। এটা সিগমা এক্স রে দুই পটে বন্ধনী রহিকি স্কোয়ার হব। বুঝিপারছো না নাই? এটা যা লিখিছি তার অর্থ হলো সিগমা এক্স স্কোয়ার, নাই সিগমা এক্স রে স্কোয়ার। Any doubt about that? এটা
No.
স্কোয়ারটা এই স্কোয়ারটা এই জায়গায় রইল আউটসাইড। sigma x রে স্কোয়ার। sigma x means x. Yes.
Sir, in this 2A ANOVA, the formulas are same as ANOVA.
Correction formula is same.
Oh.
First part, no. For same means only this part is same. তারপরে মু দেখাউছি কোন চেঞ্জ হবে।
Okay.
Correction part जो हबो, correction part is same. Now sigma এটা বুঝি পারলো না নাই? sigma x এটি x গোটে বাহারি sigma এটি আউট x
Sir?
सब मिसिंग। yes.
सर ये स्टडी मटेरियल में इसका पेज नंबर कौन सा? ये वाला टेबल नहीं मिल रहा है बुक में।
Page number 100. Block
Page
3,
number
Unit
100.
4.
Unit 4.
Block 3, Unit
Actually,
4, page number 100.
नहीं, it is here 5. In my study material it is 5.
Sir, I'm telling from the book.
Book means it consists of all the blocks. That way it will be added and added. That is like that. Now, a calculation টা বুঝিল না নাই up to this?
Again, sir, मुझे बोलना है।
Now, step 2. Now you got your correction term. Step 2. Sum of the squares of total SST minus correction term. Total SST means all square 930 plus 1011 plus 1189 plus 765. 930, all these are added minus this correction term. Second step, बुझिएला ना नहीं?
Yes, sir.
तापर next is third step, SSA, sum of squares among the groups. 68 square, all this value, 68 square 7 by 5, 71 square by 5, 77 square by 5, 61 square by 5 minus correction term. এটি ভুল ভাল টিকে লেখুছি, মাইনাস করেকশন টর্মটা এটি নাই।
सर ता जगह रे ସେମାନେ equals to दे ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି।
नहीं माइनस ଦେଇକିରି ଦବ ନା ଆଉ ଇକ୍ୱାଲ୍ସ ଟୁ ଯଦି ଦେଲ ମାଇନସ ଟା କାଇଁ ଇକ୍ୱାଲ ପୁଣି 26 ପଏଣ୍ଟ କେତେ ହେଇଗଲା କାଇଁ? ଯେ cx ଟା ଫେରିନି, এটা ତମେ ଦବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ଏଠି ମାଇନସ cx ବି ଲେଖିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ନହେଲେ ସେଠି ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟେପ ମିଷ୍ଟେକ୍ ହବ। ହେଇଗଲା? एक स्टेप बुझिएला ना नहीं?
sir.
Now SS between groups, that is total minus, এটা দেখো 30 this 9, এটা হলা কোন না sum of squares among the groups between, এটা minus within, among the groups means ভুল ভাল সব লিখুଛନ୍ତି যে this minus this 38.6.45, 38.6.45 total hela 38 point what hela no, sum of the squares between groups 3836.45, correction jaha eta se lagi dela, oh nahi nahi fedi cheti 26.55 hela, sum of squares between groups 38 point ei jo minus correction 38 3.6650 total টা কেতে কি? correction term তো total এটা total মানে এটা কই, এটা মানে ইন্টারঅ্যাকশনটা sum of the squares between b this value dita ko group misi jibo eta mane 68 high anxiety 77 e dita ko misi jibo tapare low anxiety 71 dita group heikiri tar square divided by 10 eta add hobo eta bujibo एंड फाइनली एतिके आसला परे यू हैव योर टेबल एटा होची फाइनल रिप्रेजेंटिंग टेबल अमंग द ग्रुप केते बिटवीन द ग्रुप केते एंड द इंटरेक्शन केते एंड देन विदिन द ग्रुप केते एटा ए विदिन ग्रुप सब सेमती बाहरी करी तार डीएफ बाहरी करी फाइनल हरा हबो एमएस मीन सम ऑफ स्क्वायर्स बाय एरर सम ऑफ स्क्वायर्स एरर हला विदिन whatever error ko hori chikuti ms within kai ms a into b एटा अधा कर ms within बाहर कर ओ 32 की हां 32 by 16 हां बाहर कर एमे एटा 2 एई 2 रे सब गुडा को हराई this value this value this value this value 2 रे हरदेले एई गुडा को f बाहर कर now you can check it in the critical value table eta tike practice kale jani paribo kon heichi कोड जदि असुविधा थिबो यू कैन आस्क मी इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास
Sir, this two-way ANOVA is such a lengthy question. So this kind of questions come in the exam, sir.
आसिबा माने you cannot just be guaranteed it may come. I don't say that it will be definitely come. It is very lengthy, but if they can give 5 data and ask you small 5 data 3 4 5 like that small groups of data where calculation is easier. It is there.
Because sir, ANOVA is it is double of ANOVA, sir. ANOVA is lengthy. This is all much lengthier than this.
No, lengthier definitely it is lengthier and it's difficult to calculate. If you don't want to calculate, then you should go for the alternative theory. There will be one part as a theory, and problems are not always binding. That you have to do that.
Sir, do we have options in the final paper?
Yes. Options will be there.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Options will be there. But options are like this: if you go for a problem and if you do it correctly, you will get the full mark. There is less chance for a deduction of mark. If you do it wrong, you may be getting very less mark. That is the point. So theory is at the time no risk, no gain. But problem is risk. Part of the risk and maybe gain. Anyway, these are the kind of things I have told you. And now about the kind of questions expected. Normal probability curve. One important question is what is normal probability curve? Discuss the characteristics of the normal probability curve. And with that, maybe some problems of MPC in the OR part. The usual model is a theory and a problem. Can either you go for the theory question, what is a normal probability curve, what are the characteristics of normal probability curve, or you go for the problem as being asked. Second part is, what is the second part? T-test. Second part is the T-test one way another. Let me check it. Block 2. Second part is the T-test and one way another. Nice, T-test only. T-test, theoretical question is, what is T-test? What are the assumptions of T-test? What are the different situations that you are supposed to apply T-test? Or what are the different kinds of T-test? Correlated, uncorrelated, independent sample T-test, like that. Single sample T-test, there are different kinds of situations. And you have to read all the theoretical ideas about T-test, and then there can be a problem also as alternative. Theory and problem. And then comes one-way ANOVA. Similar questions. What is one-way ANOVA? What are the assumptions of one-way ANOVA? Different conditions and situations where you can apply one-way ANOVA for data analysis, like that. And finally, maybe one problem. And same thing is about two-way ANOVA. That is what is two-way ANOVA, what benefits are there of two-way ANOVA over one-way ANOVA, and how can interpretation, how can you interpret the result of two-way ANOVA? What is what is the nature of DF? All those things that are there. It can be, and your book, whatever is there in your book, you have some summary idea about those kind of things. Now it's all over. Anything. I hope tomorrow also I have a class.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow you have.
Tomorrow at this time I have a class, and we will be discussing in the next class. Tomorrow is the last class for me. Anything that you want to discuss about your difficulty, you can get it tomorrow, and we will discuss. Any question before closing this class?
सर आप एक बार लास्ट के 2 क्लास के इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस भी आप एक बार डिस्कस कर सकते हैं क्या? मैंने नोट नहीं किए थे.
अच्छा, ठीक है. Tomorrow we will discuss. Tomorrow we will discuss all the important questions relating to each of the chapters. First, then I will go for making it. First, remind me about the important questions.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, जो statistics, hello sir. Sir, जो statistics and psychology रे reference ପାଇଁ ଆଉ କିଛି ଅନ୍ୟ ବହି କହି ପାରିବେ?
Do you have any book? There are many books.
सर
Yes.
सर कॉग्निटिव साइकोलॉजी के बारे में भी कल कुछ बता सकते हैं क्या? एक्चुअली मैं क्लास में, हाँ जी सर.
Yes, we will discuss about cognitive psychology. Tomorrow we will just make some kind of books. Any statistics book, any preliminary statistics book, if you want to get some immediate books, Girish Mishra is one of the good books. For your preliminary understanding, Banamali Mahanti is another good book. Udiya authors, those who have given. Or else you can go for advanced book. I don't advise. You get psychological statistics by Girish Chandra Mishra.
Okay, sir.
That will be available in usually. Or Banamali Mahanti. Banamali Mahanti will be a little harder. You go by Girish Mishra. Or
Girish Mishra.
Or old simple books, Garrett.
Garrett, na कौन कहले? Garrett.
Garrett is a old book but simple.
Okay.
Higher books, you will be confused. Anyway, tomorrow we will discuss.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.